Sundance Film Festival celebrated its 40th edition this year, and as one of the major festivals around the world for independent filmmakers and documentarians, it is the place to be for all the new Hollywood makers. Hello everyone, welcome to the Hollywood Makers. I am your host, Claudia Cano-Asbjornsen, and I am so excited to bring you some of the highlights of this year's Sundance Film Festival because it was full of multicultural submissions, diversity, and women winning so many of the coveted awards. According to the Sundance organization, this year the festival included over 80 feature-length films out of over 4,000 submissions, all coming from 24 different countries. Most of the films were world premieres. And what makes this event even more exciting is that almost half of the directors are first-time feature filmmakers. Sundance has been the launching pad for a few directors you might have heard of, like the Coen brothers, Steven Soderbergh, Quentin Tarantino, and Christopher Nolan, just to name a few. Many of this year's winners were films and documentaries made by women and people of color. Many deep stories that dove into the human condition, and even several stories that featured artificial intelligence as the main backdrop. These are just some of the winning films that we think you should know about. All the descriptions and summaries come directly from Sundance.org. Let's start with In the Summers, winner of 2 awards, the U.S. Grand Jury Prize Dramatic and the Directing Award U.S. Dramatic presented to Alessandra Locaraza. In the Summers is the story of a broken family on a journey that spans the formative years of their lives. 2 sisters navigate their loving but volatile father during their yearly summer visits to his home in Las Cruces, New Mexico. The role of the father is played by Puerto Rican rapper and singer René Perez, also known as Residente from Calle 13. If you don't know René or Residente, you might recognize one of his very famous songs called Atrévete, Atrévete, te salte del closet. Anyway, I'm not a singer, sorry about that. But from what we hear, he is doing a phenomenal job with his performance. A film that has also been garnering a lot of attention because of its main stars, but also because of its intricate love story, is Love Me, starring Kristen Stewart and Stephen Young. This is how the story is described. Long after humanity's extinction, a boy and a satellite meet online and fall in love. It is a science fiction romance where these 2 beings try to experience life based on data, social media, and online videos. The film won the Alfred P. Sloan Feature Film Prize, presented to an outstanding feature film about science or technology. Another story that has well-known actors and is receiving a lot of praise is A Real Pain, winner of the Waldo Salt Screening Award U.S. Dramatic, presented to writer-director Jesse Eisenberg. A Real Pain is the story of mismatched cousins David and Benji, who reunite for a tour through Poland to honor their beloved grandmother. The adventure takes a turn when the pair's old tensions resurface against the backdrop of their family history. Jesse Eisenberg not only wrote and directed the film, he also stars in it along Kieran Culkin, who recently won an Emmy and a Golden Globe for his role in the series Succession. From India comes Girls Will Be Girls, winner of 2 awards, the Audience Award World Cinema Dramatic presented by United Airlines, and the World Cinema Dramatic Special Jury Award for Acting presented to Preeti Panagrahi, who played the principal role of Mira. The story goes like this. In a strict boarding school nestled in the Himalayas, 16-year-old Mira discovers desire and romance. But her sexual, rebellious awakening is disrupted by her mother, who never got to come of age herself. First-time feature director Shushi Talati uses the story to celebrate empowerment, self-acceptance, and female sensuality. Talati produced, wrote, and directed the film. There are so many documentaries worth noting, but we wanted to highlight some of the winners that made an impression. Starting with Frida, an intimately raw and magical journey through the life, mind, and the heart of iconic artist Frida Kahlo. told through her own words for the very first time, drawn from her diary, revealing letters, essays, and print interviews, and brought vividly to life by lyrical animation inspired by her unforgettable artwork. The documentary won the Jonathan Oppenheim Editing Award U.S. Documentary, and it was presented to the editor and director, Carla Gutierrez. Carla has been nominated for many awards during her career, specifically for her editing work. She has also worked on Oscar-nominated films like RBG and La Corona. From Norway comes the film Eveline, winner of the Audience Award World Cinema Documentary presented by United Airlines, and the Directing Award World Cinema Documentary presented to its director Benjamin Ree. Eveline tells the story of Matt Steen, a Norwegian gamer who died of a degenerative muscular disease at the age of 25. His parents mourned what they thought had been a lonely and isolated life when they started receiving messages from online friends around the world. Eveline was the name Mats used for his World of Warcraft persona. Director Benjamin Ree is a Norwegian filmmaker known to the festival for his previous work, The Painter and the Thief in 2020 and Magnus in 2016. His films have been sold in more than 80 countries and have won more than 40 awards. This year, the Festival Favorite Award was awarded to Daughters, a documentary 8 years in the making. The film also received the Audience Award U.S. Documentary presented by Acura. Daughters follows the story of 4 young girls as they prepare for a special daddy-daughter dance with their incarcerated fathers as part of a unique fatherhood program in a Washington, D.C. jail. Directed by Angela Payton and Natalie Ray, 2 trailblazing women that made the story meaningful, engaging, and garnering the Festival Favorite Award. Other notable mentions are the films Didi and Gaucho Gaucho. Didi takes place in 2008 during the last month of summer before high school begins. An impressionable 13-year-old Taiwanese-American boy learns what his family can teach him: how to skate, how to flirt, and how to love your mom. The film was awarded the Audience Award U.S. Dramatic presented by Acura and the U.S. Dramatic Special Jury Award for Best Ensemble. Gaucho Gaucho is a celebration of a community of Argentine cowboys and cowgirls known as gauchos, living beyond the boundaries of the modern world. So there you have them, just a few of the films and documentaries that made waves during this year's Sundance Film Festival. Obviously, there were so many more amazing stories and filmmakers that featured their work, but we wanted to give you a condensed summary of some of the winners and a taste of the variety of stories and makers that inspired us. We hope you get to watch all these films and that they inspire you to go out there and tell your own stories. Remember, we want you to be part of the community of Hollywood makers, so like, subscribe, and share to make our community grow. Till next time.